Thank you guys for tapping in. It's K Vic, your host of Tap In Thursday podcast. We have a very special guest today, Aregeros Lamont in the building. Woo, put the little sound effects in the back. Okay. So, as you know, guys, I tap in with one creative every Thursday, and today we have someone who is a staple out here in Akron, Ohio. We're going to tap in with him, see what he's doing. And so one of the questions I like to ask my guests, and it's considered like a broad question, but who is Aregeros Lamont? Tell the world.
First, Aregeros Lamont is a son, a father, provider to whoever he can help, a creative, himself, first of all, before any of that. For real, he really anything he wants to be. That sometimes that's how I feel about Aregeros Lamont.
Mm-hmm. Because it's all about freedom, right? I think that's one of the things I noticed on your Instagram, your business page, is freedom. You want to have the freedom to produce what you want, and it's not confined to anybody else's way of thinking. It's your own lane, and you stand in it. Because you do offer a diverse look in your designs and your clothing that's not out here, you know. And I think I want you to speak to that a little bit, because I think fashion is about trends, right? But in your perspective, from your perspective, you're breaking those trends and kind of creating your own lane. So speak to us a little bit about that.
It was just, I always feel like, you know me since we were little, like I always had my own style, but nobody really made the stuff that I would want to wear, really. Mm-hmm. They always made stuff that everybody else was wearing. And then it took into account the brand too. Back in the day, at least, like you always had to have a name brand.
Especially for men.
Exactly.
Yeah, y'all got it bad.
Man, I really don't care for real, because can't nobody tell me one brand that I got on right now, like other than my pants, which is Aregeros Lamont.
Period.
But I still look up to par.
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying?
It's not
people
sloppy or
exactly.
Yeah. Not just saying, because there's a lot of people that, okay, they make a graphic tee, put a logo on it. Okay, I'm a designer. I need to be in fashion shows. It's like, it's a little bit deeper than that, right?
You are a designer, but you're a graphic designer, not a fashion designer.
Right, it's a difference. But that's what I mean. Like, I've seen a few, which it's fine. I love this energy that has happened since the pandemic with everybody starting their own businesses, right? But I think some people are not starting them for the right reasons, maybe. It's just they want to make money. And I think when you have that approach, your content looks a little bit different. It's not so much, hey,
it's
I want you to...
for the people. Like, exactly. My girl, she always tells me, like, dang, like, it looked like you would wear that. Like, it don't, like, are you making stuff for you or for the people? And I just say, like, Aregeros Lamont is me, so it's like, if they don't want it, they don't have to buy it. Like, right. They know what they signing themselves up for.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah.
So yeah, just sticking true to yourself for real, and not letting outside influences determine what your brand becomes.
That's key.
It's big for me.
That's key, because our generation, like you mentioned, we basically grew up together, and I've watched, you know, the people that I've grew up together in their journey, and the self-elevation, all these good things, launching businesses. And it's like, people forget that, this takes hard work. It takes hard work to get here and to come up with these ideas that most people don't think of, or even just coming up with something that is so unique, so you're not in everybody else's lane or doing what other people do. So I think that's very important, being authentic. And it's in the name.
I was about to say, and
so it's like
everything, most of the stuff I make is literally just a piece of blanket at first, and I have to see a vision. First, am I gonna make it into a jacket or some pants, and then I have to cut it out and put it back together. Like, and people don't see that part of it, so I feel like they really don't appreciate what I do for real. So
right,
but that's people around here rather. Like, let's put it there.
And we, in my previous interview, we spoke a little bit about how strangers will support you, you know, more so than a family or a friend, and it just be like that sometimes, you know. And I think it's so amazing. I know if those of you who are watching didn't know, Aregeros was actually on Tap In Thursday season 1, where I was recording from the house, and you know, it was remote interviews, adding them to the lives, and you know, you got a whole bunch of motion and people moving and talking. So I wanted him to get an opportunity to come in Area 67 recording studio. Make sure you tap in with them. This is where we are right now, and I think it's just a different vibe having an in-person interview.
For sure. Last time I was grilling, I think.
Yeah, he was cooking a whole steak. Like, yo, we in an interview right now. So I'm definitely glad to have you back. And even from then, which I think I started this in February, your interview was probably in that same month. So you're one of my first interviews. So clearly you're doing a whole lot. And I think I learned for the first time that you actually sew your clothes, and you're actually the one behind the scenes putting them all together. And I think that's so important to know, because I didn't know that at first, and now I'm seeing you in 2022 create content around that, you know, starting with the blanket and then watching and recording what it ends up, you know, what the result ends up being. And I think that's so creative, and it allows us to get to know you a little bit more, because like I said, I had no idea, even after promoting your work, that he's the one that's actually sewing this shit together,
right?
You know. And I think that's a cool element.
Really knows.
Exactly.
But it's like, if as a creative, like, it's hard trying to be creative and trying to capture it all, like
definitely,
because like I'll sit down in my basement and I'll come up with something, and I'll do it right there, like, and I'm like, damn, this shit finished. Like, I ain't even recorded.
I should have recorded this process. Yeah.
Or sometimes I'll be like, let me record this real quick, and then I don't feel like working no more because I want to record, and now my creativity is going towards the video rather than making the clothes.
Right. That's a good point, because I do think it's important to get behind the scenes footage in order for you to grow, because audiences want to see you authentically. We don't always also want to get sold a product, right? We want to see how that product is made, how this creative comes up with that product, and we want to actually be a part of that process. And I think when we don't get to see that, it's a different vibe or relationship that we start to build with that brand or business. So continue to do that, even though we forget, but it's so important to our artistry, for sure. Because I do that too, where it's like, damn, I really got to break this down, take it step by step, set up lighting, set up, you know, the camera angles, and then it's like, I'm putting more effort into this setup than the actual product, and it's like, you exhausted at the end of it, but this is what it come with, this lifestyle. Like, it's not for the weak.
For sure.
It's not for the weak at all. So, what does your normal day look like?
It depends on which day it is. But Monday through Friday, I go to work at this place called Akron Materials. Basically, it's a lumber yard. Like, they sell live resin, trees, and like floorboards, baseboards. After that, I go home, play with the kid for a little bit, try to learn something. Since I've been at work all day, you know, I like learning every day. So it's like, if I can squeeze it in anywhere, like, it's cool. After that, if I got an order or not, I've been trying to, like, sew when I don't have a commission. Like, that's one thing that I have been doing lately, is even if I don't have someone ordering something, I'm practicing. Exactly, for sure. Yeah, but it's all about balance. I mean, these last 3 interviews, I keep bringing this word up. It's balance, because we do play all these roles, right, as an entrepreneur, and even just a person. Like you say, you're a father, you're a brother, you're
a boyfriend, you know. And so all these roles in entrepreneur, all these roles require a piece of you or a piece of your time. So just learning how to balance that all and still commit to your passions, what you love, and recording it all at the same time. Like, that shit is a lot. But and we gotta get it done in order for people to really see what it is we're trying to do out here. So
facts.
I wanted to keep reiterating, man, keep doing that, because I think it's so amazing, even with artists that have canvases and they start off with this blank white canvas and then they make their reels and you just start to see the build up and then boom, it's this masterpiece and you like, wow, I want to watch more of this. Like, so it's similar to your process. So don't forget that. You too out there, like, make sure y'all recording BTS behind the scenes, because it's valuable.
And then you can go back and look at it.
Yep.
Like, somebody asked me something that I made for them, and I couldn't even tell them what it looked like because I forgot. Like, I didn't record it. I just made it. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, boom, boom, boom. It looks good, huh? Ain't take a picture of it or nothing.
Yeah. That's another thing. Recording the processes. I mean, in anything you do, I think, even with entrepreneurship, when you record the process, you can go back and refer back to it as reference, but you also, you know, if you want to do something like that again, you know, you have that reference as well. So that's important, especially with something that I do. Like, I create a lot of planners. By the way, make sure y'all tap in with my 2022 planner. It can be purchased on Amazon and kvicrelations.com. But, you know, with print material, you have to consolidate files and make sure you got the right size dimensions. And so you gotta write that shit down. Like, what if somebody wants another order of that and then you're like, oh crap, I can't remember what the size dimensions are. So just keep a note of your processes, because I know a lot of business that start off don't do that, and then they get another order and it's like, well shit, what did I do last time? You know, and it's just me too sometimes, to be honest with you. But we're gonna get it together. 2022, we're gonna get it together. So, should we stop right here while you get that figured out?
Give me 1 second. We can take a pause. Plus, we still got that footage.
Right.
So
yeah, this editing gonna be. I'm editing my own shit now, so it's like, even though this is me working smarter, not harder, coming in once a month to record all the footage and shit for the month instead of every Thursday. Like, yeah, I'm gonna bleep that. I'm bleeping that out. But yeah, instead of doing all of that, it makes it easier. But then it's like, now I'm on the timeline. Like, okay, I gotta edit that first video to get it out by Thursday. Edit that second one, get it out by Thursday. Cause it's all in the name. I gotta stick to Thursday drops no matter what, cause it's in the name, and it's like, ugh. But it gives me a week to edit the video, each video. But I want to set myself up to where I put them bitches. I mean, I don't even normally cuss like this.
He done told you the cameras was off and you done got comfortable.
But I want to get it on the automation. You know, where you just tell YouTube, this is the video I want you to drop on this day. So I ain't got to worry about it for
put it together, though.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I want to sit down, edit all 3 videos, and then put it out to the masses.
I'm pretty sure you can do that, though.
I know. It's just, is that going to be more...
figure it out. It's like you can upload them all to YouTube and drop this one on this day, this one on this day, and this one on this one.
Yeah. That's what I'm going to do. I just got to get all the editing done, and I just don't... I've edited a few videos, but
good thing, like, you don't use too many effects, so it shouldn't be that hard.
That's
and
what
you
I'm
got
thinking. Angles.
the perfect angles, yeah, like.
Cause I tell you what, before my first interview ever was with Live Your Purpose podcast last year, and with every podcast, I always thought, okay, they had one camera. That had like a motion sensor type of deal where whoever spoke, the camera went to it. Then I got in front of this setup and I'm like, oh shit, it's 3 cameras. That's how they do that. So, you know, this is all a learning experience for me too, but I'm definitely picking up what it's been putting down. And there's a lot of things that go into this, but I'm excited though for the new season. And the new setup.
So what you do today?
LeVar Jacobs and
Ted.
and Tevin, yeah. And I was laughing because LeVar, when he was in here, he was like, "Who all you got today?" And I said, "Aregeros Lamont." And he's like, "Oh yeah, I don't know him like that. I just know he owe me some money. So when he get here, I'm gonna stay here." So they're like, you know him, don't you? Like, yeah, he played too many games. Because when I first met him, he did that, and I really believed him. And everybody was like, "Girl, don't."
Exactly.
Okay, don't mind. I'm like, okay, gotcha.
Ah, he's funny. I will call her when I get off. Like, what's that shit you was talking? That's the kind of
He said you
relationship
owe him
we
some
got
money.
now.
That was a good one, though. That was like my first one of the day, so it was a little rough, but you know, that third interview, though, you kill it. Because you done did it so many times. Except for the devices and stuff. But. And then Tevin, man, he talk a lot. It was hard to, like, take control of the interview because that nigga was talk too much. Like, he just keep going on and on. I'm like, where can I, like, interject that? But it was a good interview.
Too,
right. And that's why I'm like, it was natural. But...
Definitely a talker.
Definitely a talker. But I like that because it gave me, like, we didn't even go off this, like, at that point because it just, he kept talking, but, yeah, that guy. What you got going on today?
I'm making this outfit for this boxer named Lamont Quarterman. I gotta finish it up.
That's nice. He got a fight. He gonna just wear it out.
He got a fight on the 12th in Miami.
Okay, nice. So what are you just doing? Just the boxers and the road?
Well, the trunks.
Yeah,
like they're boxers, not the boxers.
About. The boxers, the trunks, yeah, the silky short sets.
Yeah. That's what the shorts that I posted recently. Those were his. And
because I still gotta move the pictures.
Huh?
I said I'm about to just use that camera because I still gotta move the pictures.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Where'd it go?
I don't think I seen the shorts. Did I like them?
I don't know.
I'm like, yeah, because I don't remember.
It's the jacket.
Oh, I did see this. That was hard. This is what I'm saying. Like, how? Mind blown. Because it started off with just a little sheet, a rug, blanket, whatever. You done made a damn vest up here, something right here, and different shit on the sleeves. How? Like, how cutting it the way you cut it and everything is just way over my head.
Vision, man. You gotta have the vision. And I really just see it. Like, I don't even use patterns most of the time.
But wouldn't silk be more hard to work with, more difficult to work with, you think, or no?
You can't mess up. Like, it's like, once you mess up on silk.
That's a nice color combo, though. I like that. That's nice. Okay, I can't wait to see that. It's going to be nice.
When is it? February 12th.
And is he going to have, like, a debut or something on social media?
Fight. He's so like 5-0. It might be on TV somewhere.
That's what's up.
Asking. I'm going to post the information for sure.
Yeah, that's what's up. Was it able to charge that fast?
It got some charge.
Or, some juice?
Okay. Yeah, it got some juice in it.
Alright. What was the last thing we talked about? That's another thing I'm going to have to...
Keep your notes in. Yeah. Keep the minutes.
We're going to have to run that back. You know what the last question was that we talked about? Before we stopped? I wasn't even going off of this.
I think I was saying something about just staying true to your brand and knowing yourself, really. Mm-hmm. But it might have been a question in between there.
Yeah, we'll run it back. We'll play it back.
Alright.
Oh, Reels. It was Reels.
What?
That was the record the content was the last stuff we was talking about.
Oh, okay. Okay.
They say quit moving. I'm pooed.
No, that happened when Tevin was talking. It was real silent, and I had moved. I'm like, I hope that don't pick up.
Probably.
Right. Because I gotta be mindful of these too, because that has happened, and I hear it, and it's like cringy.
All right, y'all good to go.
Reels, huh? Okay. So hopefully it's a smoother transition from what I just said, but we'll edit this out. So what would you say is your current inspiration right now, or even who? Who is your current inspiration?
I would say my son right now, because I just, like, I look at him obviously and be like, man, the third, like, Aregeros Lamont the third, what do I gotta show you? Like, or not what I gotta show you, like, how can I teach you to be the best you? Like, so.
And it just probably make you go harder for your brand, right? And getting that off the ground so that you can provide in a major way.
And you said my brand, like, I consider Aregeros Lamont, like, it's way more than a fashion brand. It's me as a creative. Like, I plan on moving into interior design this year. So it's like, and then after that, I don't know, I done told my mom I want to go to school to be architecture, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just
dip and dabble, like
anything
it's
design.
that freedom.
Exactly.
Yes.
It's not just fashion. So that's one thing I want to let people know.
So basically, Kaylin, stop saying brand, because this is bigger than that. I got you. I got you. And I like that, because I have, obviously, my business name is got my name in it, KVIC Relations. So when your name is attached to the actual title, it's just deeper than that, because it's, and that was my way of thinking, right? When I decided to name it that, I want it to be an umbrella, right? KVIC Relations is an umbrella, and so many things, so many layers are underneath that. Graphic design, planners, podcasts, sitting here and talking with brands and businesses on how to market their business, and just building their social media presence, all of that stuff. And that's why sometimes it's hard to sell or pitch to people, because I offer so much. And it's like this broad area of things that I do. It's like, just let me know what you need me to do and I will create it for you.
Exactly.
So it's like, how do you limit that, or how do you put limitations on that? So I get it. As a creative, I think that's what we deal with on the day-to-day, for sure. It's just what we do, with that creativity, for sure. So what ways, because you are a new father, in what ways has fatherhood changed your perspective on life in general?
Just really having something else to do it for. Like, before I had a kid, everything was just about me. Like, that's all I really cared about was me. Like, what's in it for me? Like, how can I, you know what I'm saying? But now I use us a lot. Like, and that's something that I didn't do before. Just not being tired, doing stuff that you don't want to do.
Because you got somebody on the back end, like, that really can't say much, or,
He says a lot with this. Like, so these past few days, like, it's crazy. Like, I've been working heavy. I've been coming home trying to finish this boxing outfit. And, like, to this morning before the podcast was the first time in the past, like, 3 days I could actually, like, just spend some quality time with him. And he was, like, he just wasn't fucking with me, like, until, like, man, he just wasn't fucking with me for so long. Like, like, dude, what the hell you been at these last few days? Like, and that shit low key, I ain't like that.
Yeah, it'll definitely check you, like, okay, I don't like the way you acting, I gotta do something different.
Right.
Yeah, so I get it, but that balance is so important, because you can't be at a lot of places at one time, right? Because you're one person. So you have to prioritize and be organized in a way that allows you to still pursue your passions, but still, fulfill your responsibilities as a father, a son, and all those things. Because I find that hard too with life in general. It gives us lemons, right? You got to make lemonade. And we got to find time for our families, because I think that is probably what fuels us, So we got to make sure we make time for it. So because you do have a unique style, Aregeros Lamont is just not a brand, it's who you are. What would you say most people misunderstand about you the most?
That this creativity is new, I would say, because people ask when did you start wanting to do fashion, or when did you become this person? It's like, I've been this person. I just had shoulder pads over it the whole time, So yeah, that's what I would say is I've been Aregeros Lamont way before I picked up a football.
Right, and we didn't even bring that up yet, but I want to touch base on it because you are stepping into what people consider something different. But as you say, you was already in it. It's just now you putting things on the forefront. So how did you transition from being a football star to now making your own clothing?
A lot of self-reflection, looking in the mirror, just like doing what I wanted to do, even though it gonna hurt some people, or just not wanting to be happy. You know what I'm saying? I get way more thrill out of making a pair of pants than I did scoring a touchdown versus Ohio State. It was just at a certain point, it was all right, that's just another touchdown, and it wasn't fulfilling. You know what I'm saying? But see what that says, God will fulfill His purpose in me.
I got that tatted on me.
That's fire.
Yeah. And if you didn't hear him, guys, the quote is, God will fulfill His purpose in me. That's so important, and I think you have to have that passion, or you have to get that satisfaction or that fulfillment when you go to sleep at night. With all the work and dedication you put into that thing, you want to make sure you're happy about it. So I think it takes a lot of courage and guts to really step outside of what your family might have, boxed you in for, with football, or I don't know if this is your case, but I think families play a big part in who we end up becoming, when we grow up. And so, this guy is really good at football, but, should we box him in, or can we let him explore and really step outside of that and get to doing something that they want to do, basically? Because I know for me, I wanted to be a lawyer, but then I realized that was not for me. The courtroom it literally boxes you in my opinion, and I had too much of a personality, bubbly, to be serious in a courtroom all the time. It just was I can't do this. So, but at least you tried it, and I think it's a part of the journey, because who knows, whatever triggered you to say in that moment, I'm done with football, I'm doing what I want to do. That's important. That's important to your story.
For sure.
When you make it,
right.
10 years, 5 years from now, 2 years from now, who knows? But you can look back on that. So how did you become interested in design?
Just I don't know for real. It's just I always see something and it's like, man, he looks cool. It's probably my mom for real now that I think about it. She used to have these parties back in the day, and they used to all get dressed up and stuff. And it's just a certain feeling when you put something on and be like, oh, I like the way this looks. It's hard to explain for real. I don't know what made me so interested in fashion, but it's just another way to create to me, putting pieces together.
Right. And I think you said it too, you used to shop around and it's they don't have what I'm looking for. I'm going to create this myself. And I think that's special though. That takes a special kind of person to create their own clothing. I mean, I don't understand it, and I think that's why we have our own lanes. But I think it's just amazing how you can just, I don't know, just turn a blanket into whatever you want. I've seen a girl turn a sleeping bag into a whole outfit for a skirt and a crop top, and I'm like, what? How? So that's amazing.
I'll start with the vision.
For sure. Would you consider yourself an introvert or extrovert, and why?
It depends on what we're talking about, because like a lot of people don't be talking about shit for real, and I don't want to talk about not shit. So it's like, I mean, you're gonna have to beat them too, but if I'm not
we got a lot of
interested,
beats
like,
in this. It's cool.
I'm not gonna talk. If y'all talking about what so and so doing over there, or what happened to him and her boyfriend, and I'm not gonna talk to you. It's like, what are y'all talking about?
Gossip.
Exactly, like, and it's like, if we talking about business or growth,
I'm there. I'm all
exactly,
ears. Yeah.
like, I got everything to say, like.
I agree. I say that a lot too. I'm both. Introvert and extrovert. Just depends on how I'm feeling.
What
really,
we talking about?
yeah.
Really, that's the only determining factor.
I get you. Yeah, if it ain't about money or making a project or collaborating or just doing business together, I don't understand,
Right.
what we be talking about anyway. Because you do have those people that just sit around and gossip, and that's what they do, and it's like, go make you some money or something. Go make you some money. Okay, so what do you think the world will look like in 5 years? This is just like a random question just to throw you off your game a little bit.
It actually won't throw me off my game because I've been researching this thing called NFTs. So in 5 years, I really think, maybe not 5, maybe closer to 10, but the world as we know it is going to be totally different. Like, it's going to be virtual, I believe. And yeah, it's so much more to it. We only got probably 10 minutes left.
It's your last interview, so it's cool. But yes, non-fungible tokens, guys, NFTs. I'm actually educating myself on that a little bit. I was watching, it's funny that you bring this up because I watched a 45-minute video with Gary Vee, and it was basically NFTs explained in 45 minutes. And I learned a little bit, but it's still just a big ass concept bleep to get your head around, right?
You know why though? Right. It's because an NFT can be anything.
Right.
Anything digital, and it's gonna be hard to get a grasp on something that could literally be anything.
Yep. It takes the middleman out. If you are an artist and you have art and you have music you want to put online, you don't have anybody in your pockets, music manager, and you can still make money based off these new NFT systems. And it's not even new, actually. It's always been around. I think we're just getting hip to it.
It's not even art though. I tell you, it's more than art. Like, you can sell this book as you can say it's art, like,
right.
It could be an NFT. Once you take a picture of it, it's an NFT.
Right. It's that ownership, right?
Yeah, ownership.
It's ownership, and once you get it sold, it's like it always is yours, though. And I think that's what I meant by it cuts the middleman out, where you sit down now with producers, if you're an artist, music artist, and you sit down with people and you got to determine who's running your money, what events you're going to, and all these things. And it's like with NFTs, you can actually cut the people out and upload your shit to this platform and make your money off of that without having anybody in your pockets. And I think people, when they get hip and they get familiar with that, there won't be a need for these other people that are considered, the main people in these processes for you to be successful and all that. So I think that's definitely on the rise. I'm definitely trying to educate myself a little bit more about it before I educate people on this platform about it. But I'm very excited. I really am. And I see technology just being wild. 2, 5, 10 years from now, mind blown. I'm excited.
I'm probably about to buy my first one tomorrow.
Nice.
It's called Power.io. It's just empower artists and and all the holders, we get a chance to invest in another holder, and we as holders run or help fund them as artists, and we also split the residuals at the end of the week.
We might have to talk. Yeah, we're gonna have to talk after this because that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen shout out to Alexander Garrett. I know that he produced an NFT. He made it like a digital. I think it was a bunny rabbit maybe, but he's been promoting it, and I'm like, yo, this is dope. This is awesome. He's doing some amazing things out here too. So I see a lot of people tapping in and really creating their own. Let's say I'm calling them like
collection.
Yeah, collection. Yeah, collection. And I'm like, shit, I'm trying to get on that too. Trying to get on that wave because
don't just jump on the wave.
I'm not trying to jump on the wave. We've actually Area 67 Studio actually has been getting me hip way before it's been, surfaced on social media, I think. So I'm familiar, but I'm just now like educating myself and actually getting involved because I knew about it, but I'm like, it seems like
no, I didn't mean jump on the wave like don't do it because everybody else doing it. What I meant was, in order for your utility really to, not your utility, your NFT to like be worth something, it has to have a utility. Mm-hmm. Like meaning, what am I getting other than this digital image? Like,
right.
For those, you ever heard of Bored Ape Yacht Club? Mm-mm. Well, it's like Lil Baby got one, Gunna got one, all the rappers got one. Mm-hmm. But if you got one of these, you get exclusive access to all the parties in Miami,
right.
just by owning one.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you can make an NFT and try to sell it, but if it don't really have no utility for it,
that makes sense.
It's just a picture of life.
Yeah, that makes sense. And people obviously will only pay for something that they can see a value to them. Mm-hmm. So I get that. But it's definitely going to be big.
Yeah, for sure.
I see it.
Every business should try to incorporate an NFT marketing strategy.
I agree. And I'm literally starting to see a lot of business transition into that. At least entrepreneurs, like Black-owned businesses. Mm-hmm. I'm seeing a lot of content being tweaked a little bit based on what I saw from last year to conform to this new idea of NFTs, and it's like, okay, this is dope for us, and I think every single Black person should get on this wave because it's not built for us, but I think it's definitely room for us. So make sure y'all educate yourselves. YouTube University. That's what I'm doing. YouTube University.
Really, no, for real.
Over here.
YouTube really can't even help you with this type
of
stuff. It's
so
like you just gotta do
it.
Like you gotta really get out there and get on Discord and talk to the people that they talking to. Like look at. Well, you probably gonna have to cut this out, but this is what my Discord look like. I got 727 unread messages.
See, yeah. I'm trying to get.
And I still don't understand. Like I understand power because like I talk to them down there every day, but all these other ones like.
Yeah, but you in it though,
exactly.
So you get to.
So
that's what I
know a little bit more than most people.
Because I think that's what prevents me from actually like even with stocks and things like that. I think we all should be doing that, right? And I'm vocal in that area, but I'm not doing that because I feel like. I'm not educated enough, and I want to be educated before I do anything. Right. And it's like, just put yourself out there. That's and it's like, but I don't want to lose money, though, either. And bet on the wrong thing. And like, but I guess it's part of the game. So I will, this year, start to, do things a little bit differently. I guess, because it's money out here. I don't want to miss it. So, and I think everybody's involved with the stock market except for KV. So
you gotta think of it like this. This will make you. Well, what made me get into crypto is I was at work one day, and like literally, I promise I had $1 in my pocket, and I was just thinking like, man, this dollar really is like this rock right here, like. It's a rock, like, you know what I'm saying? And if you got 100 rocks, that's 100 rocks, but it's never going to be more than just one rock, like, you know what I'm saying? But with crypto, this $1 can grow. Like, even though it's still $1, the same $1 that you got, that's a rock for them, but you done transformed it into shit, I don't know, soil or something, and water it, like, and it's gonna grow. But this rock is always just gonna be a rock.
Right.
Like,
That's actually a good, like, example for that.
yep, and if
That
they
is.
burn all the rocks or smash all the rocks in the world, then what?
Right, what you gonna do? So, okay, yeah, I definitely need to get into that. I say that. I think there's an episode out there somewhere where I said the same thing. But 2022, we on a different type of time, so I definitely will do that. I will look into that. So let's see. So do you have any upcoming events or any new merch coming?
I'm just designing right now.
Customs?
Yeah,
Custom
trying
orders?
to get better at sewing straight lines and learning different fabrics and just trying to really just grow as a person for real right now. So
So you mentioned this, like, even when you don't have an order and you want to still practice. So what projects do you sign yourself up for to get that practice? Do you make like little baby clothes now that you have a son? You know,
I mean, I
start-
can, but they're so small. Like, I haven't made anything baby, but like stuff like this, like I made these just because I
And
wanted
those
to.
are nice.
The boxing fit. People hit me up to make stuff, but then I tell them what I would charge, and then they don't really respond. So it's like,
Yeah, that's
but then
That's
it's
how it
like
goes.
it's also, I think they don't know that I gotta. First of all, I gotta learn how to make this stuff. Like, I'm not the best. Like, I just started doing this, and then I gotta go get the fabric. I mess up sometimes, so I might have to go buy the fabric twice. Like,
yeah. And I think that's why BTS is important too, so they can really know what they paying for, or, you know, okay, he really worked hard on this process. Maybe that's why he charged so much. I didn't realize, you know, or
and then to
whatever.
me, it's not even that much.
Well, I mean, this is the way people
Yeah, I
think.
know.
You know what I'm saying? So, and they'll go out to Gucci and buy a dang on $400 belt buckle, okay, belt buckle, but can't pay, you know, $500 for some jeans or whatever. So
Jeans are not $500
Well, I'm just throwing numbers
They're
out there,
$250.
guys. $250, okay.
for custom jeans.
And that's not bad, because I know men, y'all jeans be crazy,
Exactly.
but that's why I said y'all got it bad. Y'all really do, because it's your egos, right? Okay, I'm gonna say this. Y'all egos require you guys to go out and get branded stuff. Gucci this, you know, Versace this, whatever. And for women, we could go to the damn Gabriel Brothers, hook something up, still look like $1 million. Like, so that's why, with a $10 outfit on, you know. So charge what you want to charge. You are your own boss,
Man, I charge
clearly, and
for
people
the
gonna mess with
love.
you.
Oh, it's cool.
Okay, either way, they
For
gonna mess
sure.
with you. So that's another thing, guys. When you starting a business, charge what you want to charge, because people don't
Pricing
know.
is a part of your business.
It is.
I almost said brand.
Right.
No, for real though, pricing, like, that's a big part of my marketing strategy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, know your worth, like Aregeros Lamont. You know what I'm saying? It's just all
Mm-hmm.
come together, because it wasn't easy reinventing like yourself. You know what I'm saying? And the art behind it and the craftsmanship and the time, like, that's what you're paying for. And
Yep.
it's all one-on-one. Like, I'm not gonna make it again for nobody. Even if they ask, like, people ask, can you make another pair of them? Like, nah, like, I wish I could. Like,
So that exclusiveness of your products, I think, sells, and I think that's something important, you know. And I think a lot of people will tap in with that, because, okay, I'm getting something someone else can't. So this is what I'm paying for. You get what you pay for in all scenarios, right? If you go to the store, buy cheap clothing, then it's not gonna last, you know, very long. But if you really invest in good product, then you could reap the benefits of that. So charge what you want to charge. I think it also sets the business up for future success. Say one day, you know, Saks Fifth Ave is looking for another designer, and it's like, okay, they have all this history, from previous designs. Okay, he was charging this amount, so when I offer him this deal, I know what's to come because he started and knew his worth from the very beginning. And I think people don't really understand that, and you got to stand on that, even if you don't get the clientele because it's too, not in their budget. It's in somebody else's budget, so
right. I would be losing if I didn't charge
exactly.
This much, like.
And what work went into the design, and they don't normally. So BTS, and then actually, when they actually get the product, of course, it's
yeah,
good quality.
I never got a complaint.
Yeah.
I never got a complaint. People always tell me how people like everything. Like, I got so many compliments in this shirt. Like, I never got this many compliments.
I literally.
Like, oh, thank you.
Exactly. And even with your tees, though, too. I remember I was in Cleveland Airport. And I'm, when you see something, you got to really take a step back. Like, where am I right now? I'm still in Ohio. I literally, somebody had your shirt on. And I was like, wow, this is crazy. So it goes a long way, but I think the name in itself helps you stand out amongst other clothing designers because it's not just clothing to you. It's a business. It's who you are, and everything attached to you will be, exposed under this light and this name. So that's what's up. So where do you see Aregeros Lamont in the next 5 years?
Man, with the way the world's going, ain't no telling for real. Like I said, I'm growing every day. I'm learning every day. Like, I still feel like it's a part of me that's untapped. So I honestly can't. I'm in a transition phase right now, so I can't say where I will be in the next 5 years, to be honest.
That's a good response to that question, though. But only up from here.
Exactly.
Only up
for sure.
Only up from here, so that's good. I think we all are in transition with being in a pandemic. I mean, we never experienced this before, and we still have to strive and move forward. And I've seen a lot of people launching businesses in spite of the pandemic. So, just keeping things on the up and up with your businesses and keeping that passion, I think, is very important. Okay, so 2 more questions. How can people connect with you, maybe get a custom order?
Off Instagram, Aregeros Lamont, Aregeros Lamont. That's really the only way right now. So, yep, Aregeros Lamont.
We're going to link them below.
Send a picture of what you would want me to try to make, and I'll tell you whether or not I think I can. I'm going to say I can, though.
Period.
And figure it out from there. But, yeah, that's really all you got to do.
Easy. Simple as that, y'all. Just tap in with him. Dope stuff on the way. Any fashion shows coming up this year?
Yeah, I had to, I wanted to have my annual in March. Because, you was at my last one.
It was lit.
Man.
Different, total. I mean, if you're going to continue your fashion shows like this, I think it's awesome because it's not your average fashion show, guys. So whenever you see Aregeros Lamont having a fashion show, know that it ain't going to be your normal fashion show. That's for sure. So can we expect that same vibe?
Oh, yeah, that's me.
Okay,
that's
that's him.
Okay. Another way for me to create, And that turned out, I still can't believe it.
It was such a dope experience.
Tweaky. It was my first fashion show ever, and it was yeah, this is my calling for sure.
I think the location matters too, because what is Shangri-La? Shangri-La.
Yeah.
Very dope space, and even just getting there and walking into the whole vibe just meshed with what you had going on. So definitely an experience. Looking forward to this year's, hopefully. I guess not in March, right? Because
it's not going to be in March.
Next month.
I had to slow everything down with having a baby and stuff this year. But it will be in 2022. And you better bring your cowboy boots.
Strap them on tight, guys. Yeah, because we will be in the building. I might even bring my, materials, some interviews, and some footage of this awesome fashion show. So I'm excited about that. One last question I like to ask all the guests: why should someone tap in with Aregeros Lamont?
Man, I honestly feel like I got a niche for taking things to the next level. If you can tap in, if you need help, if you just want something to motivate you to do better, to be yourself, shit, I would tap in with me if I was somebody, but I don't know. That's up to you to figure out why I tap in with me. I told you who I am, and I really can't go into that much further.
Nice. All right, well, thank you for tapping in, guys, and I appreciate everyone that is subscribed to my channel. If you are not, make sure you do so right now, ASAP, and also tap in with Aregeros Lamont. He's going to be linked below, so make sure you go follow him. And then that's the end, but I'm going to also say something because I forgot to do the quote of the day, and I'm going to edit that in. Okay, so
go ahead.
The quote of the day is, the best way to predict the future is to create it. So I'm talking to a creative today. What do you think about that quote?
That is, I like it a lot. For real, it's the truth. Because the best way to predict the future is to create it. Like, you won't know what tomorrow will be like if you didn't prepare for it. So, like, if I wasn't working my ass off, I done ran through 3 sewing machines last year, like, practicing and messing them up because I can't use this sewing machine for this material. But I know that what I'm capable of now, and I'm confident about it. So the future is untitled to me.
I like that, for sure. And I think even for you, being a designer and creating your own clothing that is not like the rest, I think you're creating your own lane in the fashion world too, and I think that's gonna help you stand out and get you very far.
All it takes, like, if I want to be the top, I need to create a new look. Like, that's what it's gonna take.
That's it right there.
For me to get to where I want to go with fashion. Like, it's a new look, and I know what it is. I'm slowly but surely trying to get people to catch on.
Be humble, yeah.
Look,
you humble for sure. I like that. So, all right, we're done. That's it. Thank you. I forgot about that.
And if I can get one more thing from you, I should have brought this up with the other people. If you can look straight into this camera right here, say your name and say you make sure that, like, my name is Aregeros and you tapped in to Tap In Thursday with KV. Just one time for me.
Okay.
Let me know when you're ready.
Whenever you're ready.
It's on now.
What's going on? It's Aregeros Lamont, and I'm tapped in with Tapped In Thursdays. Let me do it.
No, you gotta do that over.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I ain't want to say it right.
Okay.
I'm tapped in with
Right.
Tapped in with Tap In
Tap In
Thursday.
It's a tongue twister.
Right, that's what it is. What's going on? It's Aregeros Lamont, and we tapped in to Tap In Thursdays.
Yeah. That's nice. Yeah, I should have had. I didn't have them two say it, but
it's all good.
That first day, boy. Wow. Okay, so your interview is actually going to be launched on the last Thursday of this month, so the 20.